Emmett Till moment came about as I was channel surfing one day and stumbled upon the untold story of Emmett Till by Keith Beauchamp. It was showing what would later become the iconic picture. Now, this was the first time I had heard about Emmett Till, which was sad because I'm from Chicago. You would think that they would educate us about a story like this, considering he was a native of Chicago. But during Black History Month, Emmett Till never came up. He was never a topic of discussion. Until this film, I never even knew the name, as many still don't. But as I sat there looking at the picture on the screen, I could see that there was a body, clearly. That was just, you could see the body. But the face, I was like, this cannot be a face. No, there's no way. But I sat there in confusion for a moment, like, okay, what is that? Then I realized it is a face. I was sick to my stomach, ready to just throw up. Then I was just horrified. What happened? So it further intrigued me to keep watching the story. As I'm watching the story and I'm listening to Miss Emmett Till Mobley, my heart just sank. How? This is a baby. Who murders a baby? What did he do that caused such a horrendous death? I've always been a huge fan of Black history. Anything that I could learn about Black history, I'm there. But this case, it grabbed at me. Because this wasn't just a monster. He didn't do anything wrong. His crime did not fit the punishment. He was a child. He was not aware of what he did and the consequences that it bore. So it grabbed at my heart. Miss Emmett Till Mobley, to me, was a strong woman because she used her defenses. She used her pain and tried to use it as a way to help others never have to bear the pain that she had to bear. She had to bury her only child due to senseless violence. Like, in my opinion, the Emmett Till murder case is the worst crime ever committed upon any human being for any offense ever, let alone a child. Like, you killed a child for what? Because he whistled at someone? Wow. It would later be told that they killed Emmett because they could not get him to admit that they were better than him. They couldn't break him. So that goes to show you that he was a strong spirit beyond what was ever expected of a child that young. But that goes to show great parenting. Miss Emmett Till Mobley, to me, is a strong, iconic figure in the sense that she took her pain and her anger and she used it as a way to show the world what was really happening in the Deep South. She let Emmett's photo be put out in circulation, letting the world see what they did to her child. And it was later that this photo would be the cover of Jet magazine. Also, she had an open casket funeral. Now, when she got Emmett's body back, they didn't want her to open the wooden coffin that he was shipped in because they already knew how bad it was. They didn't want her to understand the extent of what happened to him. But by the grace of God, she opened it anyway. And not only did she open it, she decided to have an open casket funeral to let the world see what they did to her child. And I think in her mind, she was thinking, for those who want to see what hate looks like, this is what it looks like. This is living proof of what it looks like. Emmett Till was the catalyst for the civil rights movement. There's a lot that they don't tell us. Even with Rosa Parks, they would like us to think that she didn't give up her seat because her feet were tired and she didn't want to move. But if you really Rosa Parks' interview, she clearly states, I had seen the picture of Emmett Till on Jet magazine, and on the side I was tired. Not physically tired, but I was tired of giving in. If they could do this to this boy, they could do it to any of us. The whole boycott period was behind the Emmett Till story. Miss Till Mobley's dying wish was that her child's death not be in vain, that Emmett's death be on the conscience of man forever. And so I think it's time that we tell Emmett's story. I think it's time his voice be heard.